Hello, my lovelies. I hope you're all well. Just when you thought they couldn't get any lower. Right. I actually couldn't believe this when I saw this, honestly. I'm angry. I'm really angry. Bud Light and Budweiser to get a temporary redesign of their aluminium bottles showing camouflage print to support scholarships for children of fallen American service members. Right? And this, on top of the news, an ex-executive from Anheuser-Busch has said that the boycott is working. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The boycott is working. Anheuser-Busch sales are way down, about 26%, round it up to 30%, which means they've lost a hell of a lot of customers. They haven't apologised. They haven't come out and said, we're back to the wrong horse. They spat in the face of their customers. Now that sales are tanking, they've decided, what can we do to try and claw back some of our customers? Oh, I know. We'll use the military. Anheuser-Busch is reportedly planning a temporary repackaging design for some Budweiser and Bud Light products as the brands continue to suffer lagging sales in the wake of a controversial partnership with you-know-who. A temporary redesign for aluminium bottles will feature a camouflage print in tribute to the Folds of Honor charity, which provides scholarships to the children of fallen and disabled service members and first responders. A very noble thing for that charity does, helping children of disabled veterans and fallen veterans. And that's why this move by Anheuser-Busch sickens me even more. The plan was reportedly unveiled during a meeting last week at Anheuser-Busch's headquarters, where executives briefed distributors on plans for responding to the backlash. So this isn't something that was already in the works. They hadn't planned this out. This is a direct response to the boycott. They saw their sales start to plummet. They have panicked. They released that pro-America advert. Do you remember that one with the Clydesdales? That didn't work. People were laughing at them. So now they've said, I know what the American people love. It's the military. So they're just going to stand on the shoulders of dead veterans. Excellent. A distributor who spoke with the Post said the camo print would likely only be applied to aluminium bottles of the beers, but said it was possible that the temporary redesign would be applied to other packaging formats. A spokesperson did not respond to a request for comment. So, what's our takeaway from this? A company spits in your face, realizes that the customers are running away because of the aforementioned spitting in the face of your customers, instead of then apologizing and saying, we didn't realize, we shouldn't have backed such a controversial person, we shouldn't have waded into politics the way we did, we just want to stick to making beer, albeit crap beer, but beer nonetheless. And we're sorry, and we would really appreciate it if you would come back. If they'd have come out and done that initially, I don't think the boycott would still be at the level it is. But they didn't. They came out with this word salad about, the CEO. Like, yeah, I served my country. It's like, yeah, and then they just went as quiet as possible. Right? They still haven't tweeted since their infamous TGIF tweet. But then obviously the lefties turned on them because they hadn't backed Dylan. Because obviously, they're between the rock and a hard place, right? If they came out and said, sorry, we backed the wrong person, it was a stupid campaign, we never should have got involved in politics like that, then they'd have had all the Twitter lefties going after them, which actually wouldn't have been as bad for them, I don't think. If they'd have come out and stood by their support of Dylan, then the people on the right and the more centrists would have continued the boycott anyway. So I don't actually think there was they can't please everybody, right? But what they should have done, they should have apologized, and they should have promised to not get involved in political issues going forwards or social justice stuff. But they can't do that because they're signed up to the ESG score system, which means they have to be pushing these things, right? So the conservative backlash, and that's the other thing, it's being labelled as conservative backlash, and it is not just a conservative backlash, because they wouldn't get, like, the numbers don't work. You can't say it's just right-wing people. All right. So there has been a massive decline, 23.3% year-over-year decline, right? So they sent this can with the picture of Dylan on to Dylan, who then showed it off on their TikTok. And then we've had all the celebrities and stuff have come out and basically said, I'm not using Anheuser-Busch anymore. Two of the marketing executives, so there was that Alyssa Heinerscheid and her boss, were put on leave of absence. I think they should have just come out and said we've fired them, that, you know, they obviously made the wrong call. And I tell you what my theory on Alyssa Heinerscheid is, because we all saw the clip from the podcast, right, where she was saying, oh, the brand was in decline and it's got this fratty, out of date image, right? My theory, obviously she's a woke uni person anyway, who's come from money, by the way. Not that that's anything against her, but, you know, she's one of these, like, uni indoctrinated types. She's a woman in a man's world, right? There's no denying it. Beer is predominantly a man's product. Bud Light was not in decline. It was like one of the best selling beers in the States. So she's come in and she's gone, oh, look, the company is not growing. So for her, that means it's in decline, even though it's not. It's still a very good selling product. It's a very steady income for Anheuser-Busch. But she has seen that it's not growing. And she's said to herself, I'm going to be this amazing businesswoman and I'm going to take this brand to a new level. And she doesn't know anything about marketing to men, right? Because she's a woke woman. And all she's done is she has cost that company about £11 billion in revenue. Well done, love. Well done. I've heard of some crappy business women in my time, but this woman takes the cake, honestly. I don't know what they were thinking. Well, I do. They wanted to get the new woke young audience buying their beverages. Yeah. Problem is, a lot of Dylan's audience are underage, so unless you're hedging your bets for in like 5 years' time to be getting all these people buying your beer, then you definitely backed the wrong horse. I'm not mad at them partnering with this charity, because I think that charity obviously is very noble, does good things for children of fallen veterans and disabled veterans by getting them scholarships. That's a very admirable thing to do. I don't think the charity should have partnered with them. I don't. And I think what would be a good message to send to the charity is to donate to them directly and leave a note to say why you're donating to them directly, and that they shouldn't be aligning themselves with controversial companies in the future. But I do not blame the charity. I just think that not the best decision, not the best company to back, especially now that Bud Light are essentially giving away their product for free. They've been putting vouchers. They've been putting vouchers on their beer, so you can basically get it for free. And I know why they've done that. That is so that it looks like their sales have gone up when in fact they haven't. Because if you're selling a case of beer for $19.99 and you're including a $20 voucher to claim that back, then you are not in fact making a good sale, are you? Because you're paying them out 2 cents. But yes, I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. Are you as pissed as I am? I'm pissed. But there we go. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you very soon.